Jay-Z has been dodging the same question for over a decade, and now it's all coming back to bite him. His alleged son, Rymir Satterthwaite, is not backing down, and this time, it's got a powerful ally standing right beside him, 50 Cent. And we're not just talking about some petty Instagram trolling. 50 is stepping in with full force, offering legal backup and calling out Jay-Z for refusing to take a simple DNA test. While the world watches, Jay-Z's legal team is scrambling to keep the truth buried. But everything is starting to unravel fast. This whole situation isn't just about fatherhood anymore. It's about secrets, power, intimidation, and possibly even crimes. Rymir and his team claim that Jay-Z had a sexual relationship with his mother when she was just 15 or 16 years old, and Jay was 22. That alone should have made headlines. But strangely, most of the mainstream media has gone silent. TMZ, the Shade Room, all the big gossip platforms, none of them are talking about this. But people online are watching closely, and they've noticed the blackout. Because when it comes to Jay-Z, it seems like the usual rules don't apply. Let's rewind to where it all started. Rymir was just a little boy when his mother, Wanda, told him who his father might be. She said she had a brief relationship with a rising rapper from Brooklyn in the early 90s. That rapper is John Carter, better known as Jay-Z. Wanda claimed. They met at a relative's apartment and hooked up. She was just a teenager. According to her, they used protection, but it failed. After that night, she never saw him again. She couldn't contact him. She didn't even know how to reach him. Years later, her health started to decline. And in 2010, Dr. Lily Coley, a paralegal and family advocate, stepped in and took guardianship of Rymir. As Rymir grew up, questions about his father never stopped haunting him. Eventually, in 2014, he took the bold step of filing a paternity lawsuit against Jay-Z. He just wanted answers. A simple DNA test could have resolved everything. But instead of taking the test and ending it right then and there, Jay-Z did the opposite. He lawyered up and started fighting hard to block the case from ever seeing a courtroom. In 2015, the situation got even more bizarre. Rymir and Dr. Coley claimed that Jay-Z's team brought fraudulent documents to court to derail the paternity case. That move worked for a while. The case was thrown out. But Rymir didn't give up. He came back in 2018 with more paperwork, and this time he had even more disturbing accusations. He claimed that Jay-Z used his fame and money to manipulate the court system, delay hearings, and avoid accountability. Still no DNA test? And then it got darker. During this time, Rymir uncovered that his birth certificate listed no father. The man some courts claimed was already proven to be his dad. He wasn't. Rymir took a paternity test with that man, and the results were clear he was not the father. So now the excuse courts used to shut down the lawsuit didn't hold up anymore. But even with that evidence, things kept getting blocked. Judges refused to move the case forward. And Rymir started to suspect something worse: corruption. It turns out there may have been people on Rymir's own legal team who were quietly working with Jay-Z's lawyers behind the scenes. That kind of betrayal raised serious questions. How far was Jay-Z willing to go to keep this case quiet? And who else was involved in making sure it never reached the public? One of the most chilling claims came from Dr. Coley herself. She said that when Wanda was in a hospital, recovering from a medically induced coma, Jay-Z's attorney allegedly had her sign legal documents she didn't fully understand. Those papers removed Dr. Coley from the case, according to Rymir's team. That shady legal move got their entire lawsuit tossed out of Philadelphia court. And Wanda, she passed away not long after, never getting to see justice for her son. But even death didn't silence the case. Myra kept pushing, filing appeals, gathering evidence, and trying to be heard.
Okay.
Then things took a terrifying turn. Rymir revealed during an interview that shortly after filing his lawsuit, he was shot. He was actually injured. And while nobody can prove who was behind it, the timing raised eyebrows. Around that same time, Dr. Coley reported that strange people started showing up at her house. Cars parked outside, strangers knocking on her door with no explanation, just silent intimidation. It felt like someone was trying to scare them into dropping the case. And through all of this, Jay-Z never took the DNA test. But now, the game just changed. 50 Cent, who's never been shy about calling people out, jumped into the picture. He started by trolling Jay-Z on Instagram, joking that Rymir looked just like him. That alone stirred up controversy. But 50 didn't stop there. He allegedly reached out to Rymir directly and offered his legal team's full support. That's not just talk. That's real action. And once 50 got involved, Jay-Z's lawyers went into overdrive, rushing to file new paperwork to shut down the lawsuit. All over again. According to Jay-Z's legal team, this whole thing is just harassment. They say Rymir's claims are false, and they insist that other courts have already ruled on it. They even tried to say that Rymir was held in contempt of court. But Dr. Coley clapped back hard. She made it clear, no one in their team, not Rymir, not Wanda, not herself, has ever been held in contempt. She accused Jay-Z's team of making up lies to confuse the public and control the narrative. Then she dropped the biggest bombshell yet. Dr. Coley said the issue of paternity has never been resolved in court. That means no DNA test, no final ruling, and no legal closure. Just years of delay tactics and intimidation. So, why is Jay-Z so scared of a simple DNA test? One possible answer lies in the age of Rymir's mother, Wanda. According to Dr. Coley and court documents, Wanda was only 15 or 16 when she became pregnant with Rymir. Jay-Z was 22. That alone could lead to serious legal questions, even criminal ones. And if it turns out to be true, it wouldn't just damage Jay-Z's reputation, it could expose him to real consequences. It might explain why he's been running from this test for over a decade. But there's more. Around the same time this paternity case started heating up, Jay-Z got tangled in another scandal. One woman came forward accusing both Diddy and Jay-Z of sexually abusing her when she was just 13 years old. She later dropped the lawsuit, but claimed she did so only after being harassed and intimidated. She says Jay-Z sent private investigators to scare her into silence. If that's true, it shows a pattern using money and power to make uncomfortable truths disappear. Now Rymir is pushing back harder than ever. He's filed a new lawsuit, not just against Jay-Z, but against the New Jersey court system itself. He's accusing multiple judges of working behind the scenes to protect Jay-Z, pretending that he didn't own any property in the state so the court could say it had no jurisdiction. But Rymir's team says they've got receipts property, deeds and tax records showing Jay-Z did own property in New Jersey. If proven, that could expose a massive legal cover-up. That lawsuit names 6 judges who Rymir claims violated his constitutional rights and denied him a fair shot at justice. And just like before, the intimidation hasn't stopped, Rymir says. His car was shot at. Kay and Dr. Coley have been followed. Cars showed up at 4 a.m., creeping onto their front lawn. It's not just legal anymore, it's dangerous. Rymir isn't asking for money. He's not chasing clout. He's said publicly that if Jay-Z isn't his father, he'll apologize and move on. What he wants is the truth. A fair hearing, a chance to prove his story in court. But for years, all he's gotten is silence, sabotage, and fear. The media still won't touch the story. No updates on TMZ, nothing on the Shade Room. Even though it's trending online, major outlets act like it doesn't exist. And that silence speaks volumes. It's like Jay-Z has some invisible shield, something that keeps the spotlight away when things get ugly. But 50 Cent is not letting it slide. He's not afraid. He knows the game and he's not playing by their rules. With his support, Rymir might finally have the backup he needs to stand toe-to-toe with Jay-Z's billion-dollar legal machine. And let's be honest, if Jay-Z really believed this was all fake, a DNA test would have shut it down years ago. Instead, he spent a fortune on lawyers and PR teams trying to erase the story. But now the story is louder than ever, with Rymir filing new lawsuits, speaking out in interviews, and pushing for the truth. And with 50 Cent standing behind him, Jay-Z's past is no longer in the shadows. The people are watching. The internet is paying attention. And the silence from the media, it's only making folks ask more questions. This case has gone beyond paternity. It's about power. It's about truth. And it's about whether someone like Jay-Z can really stay untouchable forever. Because one thing's for sure, Rymir isn't giving up. And with 50 Cent in his corner, this fight is just getting started. Jay-Z might have all the resources in the world, but the truth has a way of surfacing no matter how deep it's buried. And now, with the world watching closer than ever, the truth might finally come out.